Okay, so it looks like we're proceeding. Somebody turn on some lights around here so we get some kind of brilliance that's not mine. Anyway, the Bible is full of this stuff. Like I'm your King of Kings, okay? And everything that's predicted has come to pass. And a lot of people complain that I'm greedy or I'm stupid. I'm way too old, that's for sure. And not really all that attractive, but he looks like he has money, so I'm gonna bugger him and piss on his ankle anyway. Okay. The anonymity of the internet is a pathetic excuse for life. And to all those of you who are addicted to fiat sex and pretending to be somebody else because who you are, in fact, is not good enough to be loved. You understand? Like, you're crazy. It's really hard to tell a crazy person they're crazy. Have you ever noticed? Okay? Now, as I mentioned before, the Bible is full of stuff like this, but let me just read it for you, okay? And this is from Zephaniah. It's the Old Testament, which is my favorite, okay? And this, because it speaks mostly to and about God, like not Jesus, not some saint or, a hero or the other. There's Moses and, Aaron and all, Abraham, all kinds of heroes in the past. But they're not glorified to the point where, I worship them instead of God. Like Moses would never say worship me. Jesus wouldn't either. Understand? Anyway, so in the Old Testament, in Zephaniah chapter, if you will, 2, begins with a plea for repentance. And repentance is a fairly significant feature all throughout the Old Testament. Jesus says, the interpretation of Jesus is speaking says, you don't need to worry about all that crap, just do what I say and you'll be okay. And, he was right. If you do just one thing, he said, you'll be perfectly fine. Just purify your heart. And not only will you see God, you get to hang out with him and turn into a crazy individual like your king. Understand? So what it says is, shameless nation, come to your senses before you are driven away like chaff blown by the wind, before the burning anger of the Lord comes upon you, before the day when he shows his fury. Now, you may not be subtle enough to see his fury, but I am, and I am scared pretty much out of my wits on behalf of the 7 billion angels struggling to come home that have lost their way entirely and are just jigger fucked completely out of your wits. There's no wisdom. The Bible predicted this, and you're too stupid to pay any attention. You understand? You're functioning bedbugs. No more. Sneaky, lying, thieving whore. 100% of you. Jackie Kennedy. I don't care who it is. They're all seeking ease off the blood of your fellow. And you see, it is possible, I know this, it is possible to, for instance, be a salesman and not lie. at all. I did once. I did once, and everything got blown to fuck. And I actually put real estate over it. I told one lie. I just don't do it anymore. It's never been good for business. So, what the Lord needs is not so much prayers, memorized rote prayers to Him, begging for the insolvency of your enemies or whatever. What works for God is your conduct with your fellow. And I don't care what I have to say about me. I'm interested in what you think about me. I already know. Right? So I want to understand if I'm delivering the goods or not. Simple. So I don't want to make this talk too long, but I need you to understand that there are influences in this universe that you have forgotten completely, entirely, and I promise you, if you continue to ignore wisdom, you will eat your assholes to death, completely out of existence. So govern yourselves accordingly. You've never listened to your prophets or kings before. There's no fucking reason you should change now. Anyway, you've been told.